I also want to address the attacks. We are not going anywhere. We thought as retirees that we would be able to sail into the sunset in our retirement and take our hard-earned benefits. I want to show you an article that I kept since 2006 from the New York Newsday, and it's called Unleashing Their Power. And in this article, it explains how retiree benefits are in jeopardy and that they were waking, I turn off my background, that they were waking an angry giant. See the rat? Because they wanted justice for retirees. Why? Because their retirement health and benefits were being taken away from them or diminished in retirement. I'd kind of expect this to be a management move, but the thing that hurt us the most was that this was coming from our own unions, some of us. The Municipal Labor Committee, and that will be a whole nother separate video that we will need to do to address this. But it is important that unions stick together, that they understand that healthcare is a mandatory subject of bargaining for the union, not the MLC. No one can take away your right as a dues-paying in-service union member. And no one should be stealing those benefits from someone who's retired either. We earned that. The other thing I do want to share with you is the attacks that are being made on our organization, myself, the retirees that are running for Retired Teacher Chapter RTC, the Retiree Advocate, the paras who are active teachers who are running for their own active worker chapter. The attacks have got to stop. That is really not classy. And yet they're attacking the very people that are them. The Unity Caucus is a caucus of retired teachers. Unity chapter, well, even the Unity Caucus is UFT people. The Retired Teacher Chapter RTC is teachers, but retired. So explain why we are attacking our own retired selves. Why are you attacking retired teachers? I get it. You don't like that we've educated people and advocated for them. I'm being described as being an anti-union, non-UFT union grifter or a Trojan horse. I find that troubling because I am union. Clearly, I know my union history better than most people, and I'm very proud of that. My mom helped encourage me that after I retired, that I should go back to college and finish my second degree. And I did. And I want to show you my mom. This is my mom. That's my mother. I love my mother. I lost my mom to dementia in 2021. And in 2020, November 2020. It was a very hard year for me. My mother was a teacher. She was a proud teacher. I learned so much from her. My mother is on the UFT honor roll because my mother passed. So 2 years ago, the Unity chapter chose to attack me and my mom, who was deceased. This troubled me because my mother is UFT. I am my mother's daughter. I am union. I am the daughter of a UFT union teacher. I am family. Now, you might think of me as your kid sister that you can't stand. I totally get it. But you know what? That's my mom. And I am your family whether you like it or not. And I'm only putting out truth to power out here, as Charles Barron would say, as these are truthful facts. We have put out facts, cited and sourced. And as I joked last night, like a very good teacher's daughter, I can cite like a very good bibliography where all my sources come from. We've begged union leaders to fact check the hell out of us, and that never happened. And I want to tell you, We've been asking again. And after 3 years, the only thing that you guys can do is attack me. I'm just going to say, bring it on, brother. Because we know if we have won in 2 courts with 6 different justices, 9 times in court, we're not wrong. Why did this happen? This happened because a union hadn't had a raise for 9 years. And in 2014, believed a mayor that said, well, I'll give you an 18% compounded raise if you put your retirees into Medicare Advantage and give us back their health care plan. The city wanted our 20% plan, is what they call it, which is our Medigap plan, which only pays that last 20% that Medicare doesn't cover. It is the cheapest plan in the city of New York. We are the lowest cost to the city. Our healthcare plans cost about $200 a month. An active single plan cost about $1,000. An active family plan cost about $2,500 a month. $200 a month to the city was not a lot of money, and we're not bankrupting anybody. And since Medicare is Part A and B, and A covers our hospitalization, the cost to the city for our hospital bills was mostly nothing. Now, while there is an expense, yes, it's still nowhere near the cost of what active workers do cost or under 65 retirees. But I'm not here to compare the both groups. What I'm here to say is a promise made should be a promise kept. When we were loyal, dues-paying union members, and we should be able to retire into retirement with the benefits that we earned. And I also want the in-service workers watching this. This is your future. This was your health care that we protected. We fought not just to protect us, but to protect you. And yet we had to keep being told that we don't represent active workers. We could represent retirees, that they had to fight back on their own unions, diminishing their benefits. Wake up, because they're doing that now. The Municipal Labor Committee has been renegotiating active worker health plan at the urging of the Citizens Budget Commission and Labor Relations under the auspice of Robert Lynn, Renee Campion, and Claire Levitt to reduce your health care by 10% in cost. They're not going to give you a better plan by reducing your health care. So I want you to understand something. This is your future. You earned your health benefits. You broke your rear end for decades working for the city, or will be working for decades in your plan to work for the city. Don't allow someone to negotiate something away that you earned or that we earned. We built our unions. We built this city. And after 9/11, we rebuilt this city. And many of us are suffering, like our Mr. Bentkowski, from health illnesses. Some of us from 9/11. And we're not even getting the care that we need under the World Trade Center program. Protect what you have, because when you retire, you'll be making 50% of what you're making today taxable. That's not a lot of money. Many of us make under $35,000 pensions. I'm one of them. Many of our DC 37 retirees or our UFT paras make a lot less. Crossing guards. I have Sally. Sally makes a $900 a month pension. You cannot pass cost on to her or us. We would never be able to survive this. Know who we are and what our lives look like, because they will be yours. And this is important to protect. I'm urging the UFT workers, all the teachers within the UFT, and all the other workers in different titles like the nurses, etc. This is your future. Unity is lying to you. We're only in court because your union leader did this, not just to us, but you and all the unions behind them. I am urging you to set your union straight. Protect what you earned. I'm not a grifter or a Trojan horse. We have fact-checked and cited and sourced everything we put out there. We're not maligning you, attacking you, or anything. We're educating you. And we're urging you to educate yourselves. Read our one-pagers. Read the Department of Justice documents. Read the Office of Inspector General documents. Read Kaiser Family Health, Kaiser Family Foundation. Read Reuters. Read the New York Times. They say the same thing. The court cited those documents from experts that we had submitted documents into our litigation. We're not lying to you. Your union leader is. So I'm urging you, stop looking at those attacks on the Unity page and believing them. Please prove it to yourself if you're not going to believe me. And remember the other thing. The reason we're successful is because we embrace everyone. It doesn't matter what your politics are. It doesn't matter which race you are, how much money you make. It doesn't matter if you're a spouse, a widow, or a union retiree, or a managerial, because we have managers within our organization that were never union. And yet they felt victim to this plan that was put into effect by unions. We embrace them and their families. We have active teachers and active employees who were taking care of their parents who were the unionists that this was affecting in our group, and they're active. We embrace them all. I showed you my mom. You may not consider me UFT, but I consider myself UFT family. I have UFT t-shirts. I have UFT things my mom took home from her rallies. Embrace your family. Embrace your extended family. It's called organizing. And if you don't organize by bringing in other people with similar like interests, you will always be the outlier. We'd believe to be inclusive. And that's the funny thing. Your logo is unity, together. But you're not united. And it took a bunch of retirees. My oldest retiree is 102 years old. And every time I go to her senior center or the retiree center down in Florida, she comes out with her son. Be inclusive. Learn how to be union and stand up for yourselves. Learn how to empower each other, that when you don't like what's happening, you fight to protect it, even if it's against your union leader. Keep your unions upright. Don't let them get away with greed and patronage, because your union future and the future of the labor movement rests with you. I can just keep bringing you back history and showing you education. I can show you facts, and I can cite and source verifiable pages for you to look at. I'm retired, but your time is now, and change begins with you. Sorry this was long, but it needed to be said. This court decision came for us, and I'm retired FDNY EMS during EMS week, which I'm very proud of. I want to give a salute to my EMS brothers and sisters who are still working on the job in very difficult situations, who have been struggling for pay parity. Unions should be aligning to help other unions lift each other up to increase their wages, like probation officers or school crossing guards who are making a pittance. Unite together. And that's what you should be doing in the MLC. Not pitting each other against each other. Help one another, because that's how you'll get ahead against management or some greedy mayor trying to steal from you. Do this for you. That's what you need to do. And take it from a retiree who organized over 50,000 people in less than 2 years. From all over the country, with no email list, with no phone call list, and we did it on social media and by word of mouth. That's union organizing, and we learned from the best. So guys, I gotta go. It's Friday, and I have 2 more meetings I have to get into. But listen to my words. Protect yourselves, protect your healthcare, protect your benefits. And last point, don't ever sign a union contract without seeing the entire contract and every appendix that's mentioned. And don't listen to anyone tell you, oh, don't worry, there's no provision, your healthcare is still free. It's okay. You want proof. Don't listen when they say to you, your healthcare is free based on the MLC agreement. Ask to see the agreement before ratifying the contract. That's how UFT got away with this. And all the other unions that did it. You can no longer just trust what they say on word. when you have a contract to ratify, that is important. It's like signing a loan or buying a house or a car. You need to know what it says. Ask for the entire contract, not the summary. Demand it. You want to know, how is your health care still free? Is it still free, but you're watering down my plan? Are you eliminating my choices? COBA did it yesterday. They said their health care plan is still free, but they didn't say what the plan looks like. They didn't say if their choices are being eliminated. And right now, the MLC, of which COBA is a member of, has been negotiating to reduce health care by 10%. I don't know about you, but you don't get anything better than what you got when you're trying to reduce the cost of it. Please just do your due diligence. That's all I'm begging you. And then no retiree or employee will ever be in this situation again. This is your future. Take care of it. Because as you get older, you have more needs and you have less money. Trust me, I could tell you. Have a great weekend. It's Memorial Day. Be safe. Honor each other and protect your futures. And remember, you are union, and act like it. Protect each other because you only got each other. Have a great day, everyone.